Assalamualaikum and greetings to our lecturer, Madam Masnira. Today, we will present to you about impact to automotive industry due to COVID-19. But before we go into the presentation, I would like to introduce our group members. My name is Nur Alifata binti Muhammad Faizal and my other group member are Aliyah Maisara binti Othman, Nurin Izati binti Mazli, Nur Afini Alfa binti Aizan, and last, Nur Kistuna Batrisha binti Khairul Azizi. The automotive industry in Malaysia consists of 27 vehicle manufacturers and more than 640 component manufacturers. Malaysia's automotive industry is the third largest in Southeast Asia and the 23rd largest in the world with an annual production of over 500,000 vehicles. Since the outbreak of COVID-19 invaded Malaysia, it has posed a global threat and has had an impact on the economy. The automotive industry contributes 4% or 40 billion ringgit Malaysia to Malaysia's GDP and employs over 700,000 workers across ecosystem nationwide.
Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is Nurin Izati binti Mazli. I am from DBS 2A. My main point is macro environment. My first point in macro environment is economic environment. The first point in economic environment is interest rate. Lower interest rate ensure easy automobile financing, thus providing higher sales. For example, the company that sells the car must deal with the bank to reduce the interest rate. So when the interest rate is low, the consumer will buy the car and make a loan with the bank with a low interest rate. So the conclusion is consumer do not have to pay for a car monthly with a high price. So the second point in economic environment is disposable income, which growth in the past year has been mostly negative. For example, such as extra per month for people whose salaries were insufficient in last COVID-19 pandemics. For those who cannot afford it, they will lack necessities monthly, such as food, clothing, and their own needs and wants. My third point in economic environment is unemployment rate. Goes without saying that a high unemployment rate in a country signifies lower purchasing power. The term unemployment refers to a situation when a person who is actively searching for employment is unable to find work or any job. So the second point in macro environment is technology environment. The first point in technology environment is innovation. First, fuel efficiency, such as common rail, diesel technology, variable valve timing. Second, hybrid cars, such as fuel efficient, low emission, quietness. So the third is concept cars, such as I-unit concept. The second point in technology environment is regulation. First, safety technology, such as wheel lookup, additional braking force, airbag, front, side, rear, and collision, whiplash injury lessening, and vehicle stability control. That's all from me. Thank you.
Social factors include the cultural aspect and include awareness, population growth rate, age description, career attitudes, and emphasis on stability. Trends in social factors affect the demand for a company's product and how that company operates. Furthermore, companies may change various management strategies to adapt to this social trend.
Microenvironment, the factor or element in the firm immediately environment which affect its performance and making decisions. These elements including the firm supplier, competitor, marketing intermediaries, customer, and public. First, for marketing intermediaries, the seller, physical distribution firm, marketing service agency, financial intermediaries, promotion, and last for sale. Second, customer market, stability of demand, prosperity of sales growth, and last but not least, related profitability interest of competitor. Lastly, for competition, business competition, product of competition, brand competition. Environmental factor that affect automotive industry. First is supply chain. Production and distribution of automotive product cannot be carried out at the time. Automotive companies are affect and lose revenue, profit in the export market. Second, for low demand. A decrease in demand will cause the equilibrium price to fall, quantity supplier will decrease. The government lowers loan interest and offering joint subsidy with car maker for road tax and insurance for a limited time. Vehicle manufacturer in turn can offer volunteer discount incentives of all or all car with the option to new car that are mobile in a safe and has the latest technology. Third, for production costs, have a skilled and successful trainer workforce applied in the industry. Strengthen manufacture through disruptive production technology capitalism and technician innovation.
Car demand decreasing due to COVID-19. If you're looking to buy a car right now, the market is not in your favor. The COVID-19 pandemic has upset traditional supply and demand between used cars and new cars. The demand for used cars decreased during the peak of COVID-19 pandemic on account of movement control order restrictions. This was due to low supply and closure of OEM dealerships and local tents during lockdown, which was further fueled by decrease in purchasing power, which led to postponing of new and used car purchases. However, as the country witnesses easing of lockdown restrictions, there was a significant traction in used car sales. This was on account of preference of personal vehicles over shared transport, favorable tax policies, and sales of vehicles by people with multiple car ownership. The demand for used cars in the country remained low at the starting of 2020. However, there was increase in demand in the second half of the year post ease in confinement. The manufacturers are expected to shift focus to a digital medium in order to drive sales and increase customer footfall.
For the next point of consumer behavior is better experience of online shopping to overcome the hurdles of online shopping. Car buyers are looking towards online car reviews and at-home test drivers and as an alternative to visiting a dealership. 30% of Canadians believe at-home test drivers are the best alternative to a dealer visit. When purchasing a vehicle online, consumers are looking for the following. First, ability to easily compare cars, detailed description of the vehicle, accompanied by picture and video. Second, access to independent rating, pickup and delivery option car reviews, at home, test driver.
Disruptive COVID-19 influencing Malaysia's automotive industry 2021. In 2020, Malaysia's total industry volume (TIV) dropped 12.4% compared to 2019, with only 529,434 units being sold. The passenger vehicle (PV) segment remained dominant with a 19.8% market share. The sales tax exemption introduced between June and December 2020 spurred the demand for the segment. In 2020, passenger e-hailing and car rental services witnessed a decline in demand as social distancing and work-from-home policy become the new norm. This trend is expected to continue in 2021. However, the market will gradually improve as economic activities return to normalcy. On-demand delivery service is expected to continue its upward trend, fueled by the rise of the e-commerce business model. This shared mobility solution will also have a spillover effect on logistic and transportation services, as operators are diversifying their offerings within the same platform. Going forward, automotive sales are expected to improve in 2021 with 5.8% growth fueled by an improvement in the economy as the COVID-19 vaccine is being made available. New models are being launched and sales tax exemption is being continued in the first half of the year. The progress of the automotive policy development will continue to be minimal in 2021. The government's focus will be on overall economic recovery and achieving political stability. The global pandemic and domestic political turmoil resulted in declining economic growth in 2020, which then affected the sales of new vehicles. These contributing growth disruptions are expected to have a medium to long-term effect on the automotive industry. Thus, recovery is expected to be moderate. The passenger vehicle segment will continue to lead new vehicle sales with more than 90% share. It is expected to grow at 4.2 CAGR between 2020 and 2025. On the other hand, the commercial vehicle segment is expected to record a CAGR of 7.4% within the same period.
For recommendation, pragmatically adjust the sale process. Pragmatic marketing, a very sophisticated approach to marketing, modern marketing, often defined as a product creation process. And for the aim, first understanding market problem. How a product evaluate in a certain way, understanding by carrying out interview with customer and potential customer to understand urgent problems. Second, conceptually adapt itself based on a past marketing experience, testing the marketing strategy and readapting to ensure that the product is highly relevant and meets the expectation of the customer. Thirdly, leverage the unique properties that a certain product offer to make it profitable and identify the competition by understanding the competition and their offering, assessing the strength and weakness of the competition. Fourthly, analysis the asset of the organization, include technical asset, patents and skill, help the organization to determine the best way to leverage their product. And then the second recommendation, the automotive sector will be booming with new model, electric mobility, driverless car, automatic factories and ride share. These are just a few of the major descriptions. The auto industry failed even before the COVID-19 crisis. Now with rapidly curtailed by the pandemic and during worldwide factory closure, sampling car sale and massive layoff, it's natural to wonder what next normal for the auto sector will look like. Over the past few months, we've seen the first indicators of this automotive future become visible, with the biggest industry change yet to come. The third point of recommendation, evaluate pricing strategy. The company needs to sell it at a reasonable price so less buyers can buy the car, even the B40 category, as the company has evaluated the market price to make the cost more affordable for the consumer want to buy. The last recommendation is for the car as a state exception automotive actors. Hope the government can extend the sales tax exception period in the next budget 2023. President and Chief Operating Officer of Honda Malaysia ST and BHD, Sali Adil Sarkong, believe that the move can help the people to buy at lower prices as well as improve the country's automotive industry. We need to look at creating a comprehensive EV ecosystem, expanding the appropriate expenditure, introducing tax incentive for business and customer, and more. We hope the government can provide easy business loans to our members so that they can face this difficult period and survive until the economy recovers so they can pay the tax.
Based on research from Google, since the advantage of the COVID-19 pandemic outbreak hit our country, it posed a health threat to the global with a direct impact on the economy. Therefore, the governments of the affected country had to take drastic measures to address COVID-19 transmission. One of the epidemic is the closure of factories and car production in the world. The cessation of car production will have a major impact on the country's economy as an automotive industry. Given that the automotive industry has run well in the past, many believe it will continue to perform well in the present. The government noticed that it will go dynamical from more advanced time and technologies. From the point of view of current development, it is important to take steps that can improve public administration economically.